Hello everybody, welcome to Lido Fine Art. If you're new, how you doing? Welcome. If you've been here before, sup? Okay, yeah. So anyway, today's video, I'm going to be talking about something that is brought up in a lot of horror movies, especially ones with hauntings, alright? So, let me get started here. So, the movie I'm going to be referencing is the new Conjuring movie, right? So, if you haven't watched it, you might want to stop this video right now because spoilers. Okay, if you've watched it, I'm gonna just talk about it. So, in the movie, you have the main character that, the haunting or the possession part is focused around, right? And so in the movie, he pretty much says, "Take me instead." And that's when, hell breaks loose and, the demon then goes after him and successfully possesses him while he's in, I think it's a kennel, whatever business he is in with his girlfriend, fiance, I'm not quite sure. I don't remember. But anyway, and so there's a point in the movie where he looks ill. He's pale as fuck. He does not look good. And so he starts hallucinating that he is being attacked, right? It's been a while since I've seen the movie. I don't know. I think it's some kind of demonic monster looking thing. And it's his friend too, or the owner, whatever the guy is, right? The one that he kills. And so with the illusion or hallucination, it pretty much tricks him into killing that person because he thought he was defending himself against, some monster thing. And so he ends up killing his friend. Now, what does that have to do with the video I'm trying to make? Well, I'll tell you. So, before anybody reacts and thinks the worst of me, okay, let me just say, nobody was hurt, nobody was injured, no violence was, going on. So, when I say that I had a similar experience, do not get alarmed. This was me on the Astro Realm, okay, experiencing what commonly happens when someone is possessed and murders their family. The other example, the Amityville house, right? The child kills his entire family, alright? Yeah, it was Amityville. Okay, so let's backtrack here. So I want to say, not last week, the week before, boyfriend was traveling for work, as he does, and I'm just cleaning and stuff. And sometimes when I'm doing something, you get into this meditative state, right? It's sometimes when you're so into doing something, whether it's doing something you love or you're just so into it. It happens to me when I'm writing and drawing too. But I was so into cleaning that, boom, meditation state, right? And so I found myself on the Astro Realm, but still in the house. And so I started seeing these images of violence, right? There was no violence that I did physically, okay? I know this is just going to come out wrong, so I'm trying to save my ass from people thinking the worst, that I committed a crime, which I did not. But yeah, so I'm on the Astral Realm, okay, and I'm getting these images of violent acts towards myself and towards other people. But I knew exactly what was going on, and my guides were there, so they were, controlling the situation. And I even said, hey, I am not comfortable with this. Can we could stop? I get what you're trying to say. I get what you're trying to do. I know what you're trying to teach. And I'm just like, I get it. I'm good. We don't need to do this anymore. And so I pretty much was in the shoes of somebody who was in that position of receiving hallucinations and then acting upon murdering or attacking somebody. Okay? I didn't perform those acts. I witnessed it, and I somewhat felt and experienced to a degree what was going on. And so the point of this video is to prove, or to at least say, that what is depicted in the movies when someone is being possessed and is tricked into, murdering their entire family, it is real. That shit does happen, okay? I experienced it to a degree, okay? Under controlled, I can't even think of the word now. Under controlled circumstances, right? I was being, watched and stuff, just in case. But that shit does fucking happen, okay? And I think it's very important to bring awareness to the public, right? And even to the criminal justice system, who think that when people use that as a defense, they just think they're trying to get out of a crime, right? And maybe some people do abuse it. But I'm telling you, it's not a joke. It fucking happens. And I think even law enforcement, I know they'll just think it's a joke and bullshit to get out of the crime or whatever. But I think they really do need to be educated on this stuff. And I know in the court system, they usually don't take it seriously. But like Ed Warren said, even when he was alive and in the movie, he was like, well, you guys, you swear your allegiance to the Bible, to a God, right, who's also supernatural, so why wouldn't you believe in the opposite? There's always the opposite. If there's good, there's evil. That's just how, the universe is balanced. So if there's a God and good and angels and stuff, why wouldn't there be the opposite? There is. So that is why it is so fucking important, okay, to be aware of what's going on. And then another thing I wanted to mention is being able to, where if you are put in that situation yourself, on how to deal with it and to stop yourself from committing, murder or acts of violence or whatever, to prevent injury, and what to do in the signs in order to save yourself and the people you're around at that moment when those hallucinations start, right? So here's the thing. More than likely, demons are not going to just appear on this earth plane solid. They're not. They have the ability to, but in very rare, super rare, circumstances. And that's only if they're I don't want to say only devil entities, because I know there's some demons that can manifest into a solid being. But that is very rare, okay? And that takes a lot of power for that to happen, okay? So don't get me wrong, it is very possible, but it's very rare. Very rare. They'd have to be up there to be able to do that. And so just be aware of that, okay? And two, when they do that thing, what is going on? What are they showing you? Are they showing you you're being attacked? And And of course, the first thing is fight or flight. So most people are gonna like fight back. Like if they're in your face, I mean, it's kind of hard to run away, especially if it's a hallucination, because they want you to fight back, because they know it's a hallucination. That's the trick. Because if they get you to fight back, then you commit the murder that they want you to commit, okay? And so I think it's very important to just stop and assess the situation. And you just want to just take a second and just go over what's going on. All right? And I'm not saying that it's fake or anything like that. The hallucinations are hallucinations, but, you know, they come up as feeling like really real, okay? They're good at that shit. So if you feel like that's going on, tell somebody immediately, okay? Just like a family member, somebody, yeah. So you don't hurt anybody. Just so someone else is aware. So if it does get to the point where, you know, they cannot stop you, they are able to get help. Whether that's from police or whomever's around to help. But yeah. And also, leading up to that point, you know, in all my other videos, I always talk about, like, Ouija boards are bad. Don't fuck with them. Because that can happen. Occult and Satanism and Luciferianism. I know, you know, just talking about it, I'm going to have people who are going to hate on it. Be like, well, not all Luciferians or Satanism peoples are, you know, evil and will, you know, they don't believe in demons and it's philosophical and blah, 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 blah. Well, whether or not your intention is to work with demons, when you associate yourself with Satanism, which Satan, all right, Satanism, even if you were in it for the philosophical, you know, teachings and stuff, which if you go back and read and you go with it through it with like a fine-tooth comb, it's pretty much all about ego and revenge, and it's not cool anyway. But whether you intend it or not, because of your association with it, you are attracting demons, okay? You might not believe they're real, okay? But they're real, okay? And this has nothing to do with Christianity and all the brainwashing bullshit that goes on, okay? Demons existed before Christianity. They pointed it out, and so when other people point it out, they just assume, oh, you're just trying to push a false narrative because you're a Christian. Well, newsflash, I was never Christian. Kind of was raised Catholic, but kind of got out of that when I was younger, when, you know, in Sunday school, the teachers were very abusive to the students there, and they were just nasty, and there was nothing loving about them anyway. So yeah, I was out of that even before I was a teenager. But this is not about religion, okay? Religions have pointed out certain entities and beings, okay? They have pointed them out. Doesn't mean that because they pointed them out that they made it theirs, okay? They don't own that. Demons existed beforehand. And, you know, if you go back, and I've had this pointed out to me several times about demons and where the name came from and the whole daemon, I get it, okay? I get it. I hear you. And yes, other religions, especially like in Asian religions, they have other entities and spirits and stuff that they refer to as demons, okay? But I'm not going based off of their teachings, okay? I'm going based off of my own experiences of dealing with demonic entities, okay? And so the whole point is to not put yourself in situations where you can attract or have demonic attachments. And so, like I said, Ouija boards, you don't want to fuck with them, okay? You don't want to fuck with the occult. You don't want to fuck with Satanism. Luciferianism. The fuck out of there. Okay. Witchcraft and Wicca. Now, they, a lot of times, do not worship demons, alright? And a lot of times, it's fine. But when you get into the dark versions of those things, that's when you have some problems, okay? And when you deal with dark magic, and you bring or you attract dark entities. It's just how it is. It's like the law of attraction, right? You will attract what you are, if that makes sense. Birds of a feather flock together, right? So you want to be careful, and even locations. And here's another thing. So I just went to my favorite spooky ooky store in the Coventry Mall again. I was there a few months ago, and my intention was to get like movie posters because my boyfriend and I are doing a theater system in our basement, and we want it to look very like movie theater-ish. And so I knew they had really cool posters, old posters of horror films, original like posters from when they were released. And so we wanted to get some and whatnot. But in addition to like wall art and posters and stuff, they have haunted items, right? They have a whole assortment of things. Books that were previously owned, and you don't know what the previous owners have done with them. The haunted artifacts that they have. And then weapons and swords and bones and stuff. Which, when you go to stores like that, it is very important that you cleanse the items when you get them. Which I did. I did that. And so the reason I was really on my guard there was because when I was there was this haunted doll thing. It was really fucking creepy. It had like the doll head, and then like attached to it was like its organs everywhere, but it was like in a container, and it was a doll. It wasn't a like a live baby at one time. It was a doll before people call, I don't know, police and shit. It was a doll, but I walked past it. I was looking at it. I didn't touch it, but I don't even think it would matter if I touched it or not. And then I was talking to my boyfriend about it, and then all of a sudden, I got so fucking sick. I got nauseous. My stomach hurt. I felt bad. Like, I felt horrible. And I knew that fucking doll was haunted. And some of the stuff in the store, I think people are just like, haha, it's haunted for a quick buck. I don't think some of the stuff, I mean, there's a few things in there I don't think are haunted at all. But that fucking doll was haunted. I know for a fact it was haunted. But because I had gotten some other things, like I got some more books, I cleansed them with my Palo Santo wood, and I was fine. Great. But the point is, when you go to places, especially ones you are aware of having, negative entities, it's very important that A, you're aware of where you're going and the history of it and what possibly could be there. And two, when you are done, you cleanse yourself and the items you bring back from that place. And, well, I normally don't recommend bringing items from, like, a haunted location, but it's a store, so it's kind of like you buy things. It's not like you're going to some, like, unmarked grave, some Indian burial ground, and you see, like, this old artifact and you're taking it. That's different. That's disrespectful. Don't fuck with that, okay? But, yeah, like, you gotta be aware of where you're going. The places, the people, like I said, Satanists, even if you're not dealing with and you're not a Satanist or in the occult or anything, when you deal with people and you have friends or family that are in the occult, right? Just being with them could be dangerous. My camera doesn't want to, there we go. And yeah, being associated with people that are in those things can be dangerous, and the entities that are by them could be attracted to you. And if you are a light warrior, a light worker, someone with their third eye open, who is more in tune to things, you are more likely to attract negativity because they want that light. You have the power that they want, right? So just being with those people can be dangerous, right? I typically don't have friends that are Satanists or Luciferian, or in the occult, because I don't want to bring that stuff back with me, especially because my health is not great. And so I have a tendency, subconsciously, that I try not to do, but happens anyway. I have the ability to absorb other people's shit. And that also includes the entities that are by them. They like to come to me because I have that bright white light they like to feed on. And then if you add in bad health, which I have because I've been sick since I was like 9, with all sorts of, intestinal and GYN problems, right? So it's easier for me to be attacked because I'm on the weaker side, which is why it's important to learn how to protect yourself. So it is very important to be aware of everything that's going on, who you're attracting, and whatnot. So if you can control and monitor those things, it's easier to just keep all that out. Now, sometimes it's impossible because, like work. Let's say you work in a really, shitty environment where, you have toxic people. They have their own dark entities and stuff following them, and then they come to you. It's like there's some things you just can't help. But being aware of the warning signs of, of being haunted and maybe influenced, it's really good to be aware of those things. And a really good source, and one that I've personally used and is pretty much my holy grail, and I go back to it a lot. It is Demons and Familiars by Melinda Lyons, and I'm not just, promoting her book to simp for her. Like, no, like, this book is it. Like, it helped me. I've used it to help somebody else who was on the brink of suicide, okay? The things that she brings up in that book, the information she provides, I am telling you that it is very helpful, and you guys should totally consult that book, okay? For sure. Do it. I'll even put the link down below. So yeah, you need to know the warning signs, so that way when you have these thoughts in your head, you are able to, figure out, oh fuck, that's not me. These are not my thoughts. And a lot of times the demonic entities that will try to, haunt you and possess you and whatnot, there we go. They will use intrusive thoughts, and the freaky and worst part of it is they'll mimic your voice. So it sounds like your voice in your head thinking those things, but it's not. So you got to be very cognizant of your own thoughts. And the only way you can do that is meditation. And you just got to be super aware of, the things that you're thinking and what is you versus what is not you. And so, yeah, that's very important. And of course, if you suspect that you're having any kind of issues, sorry if my hand goes back and forth from time to time, it's because I'm trying to get my thing to focus. So if you're noticing that, things are going on, things in my house are moving, or whatever, you suspect you're haunted, or your house is haunted, or you're having an attachment, and, stuff like that, consult a priest. They can help you. Some of them, anyway. Talk to a psychic medium who it would be very beneficial if that psychic was a demonologist as well. So Melinda, for example, she's great. Reiki, they can help with attachments and healing and stuff. So yeah, just get it out before it turns into anything. It's the only thing I can say for right now. So yeah, I am just gonna leave it there. And so thank you guys for watching. One thing I also wanted to announce, and I'm probably gonna announce this at the beginning or end of the rest of my videos until we get there. So if we reach 1,111 subscribers, I will be doing a giveaway of a first edition signed copy by Linda Blair of The Exorcist. Alright? And it's got its whatever it is that says it's real. So I'll be giving that away to a subscriber if we can hit that number. I know it's a long stretch, but you know what? YOLO, we gonna try it anyway. You guys, I have a Patreon, and I literally post everything I make and do on there. So if you're looking for more art-related content, go there because it's all there. I have some stories, I have comics, I have everything, okay? Merch, go there for $1, okay? And then there's other tiers that if you want to pay more than just $1, you have access to. So, yes, thank you guys for watching. If you have any thoughts, questions, concerns, leave them down below. And I'll be, kind of curious to see what you guys have to say. So, yeah, peace out.